Hey there, Lincoln County. This is Dr. Allen coming to you this week for your core communication for November the 9th, 2023. I am joined by some distinguished gentlemen beside me here as we honor our Veterans Day weekend and all things veterans. And so with me I have Major Daniel Rhyne from Lincolnton High School and Commander Mark Smith from West Lincoln High School. They are our JROTC Unit Commanders. And so with that, obviously this is a special weekend coming up for veterans opportunities as we celebrate Veterans Day on Saturday the 11th. We're out of school on Friday the 10th. And so with that, we have a lot of celebrations going on today, November the 9th, at a lot of our elementary schools. We want to thank those staffs at St. James, Union, Iron Station, Catawba Springs, Northbrook, and Rock Springs for putting on programs today to celebrate and honor our veterans across Lincoln County. We also want to give a special shout out to two elementary schools, Catawba Springs and Northbrook. They've been recognized by the Department of Public Instruction for receiving a Purple Star Award, and that is an award that's given to schools that show an opportunity to honor and really invest in the veteran community within their schools. So I appreciate the work that went into applying for that opportunity and recognition. Obviously, Veterans Day is a time that we want to celebrate our veterans. My grandfather was a veteran in the Navy. And I know you two men have served. So talk to me about, and I'll let whoever, Mark, you can go first. Talk to me about what JROTC means for high school programs today.
Now the JROTC program, especially from the Navy's perspective, is a STEM related program. We fund drone teams, rifle teams. We're getting ready to purchase a new flight simulator type program. Try to get people ready for careers outside the military as well as inside the military. We're not a recruiting branch. We don't work for recruiting command. But if young people want to come to us in our program and see what we've done for a living over the last 25 years, we help facilitate that process.
Okay. So Daniel, what would you say are some core principles that maybe both of your units kind of live by and operate under?
Well, we do. Our core values are integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. So we really try to drive that home to the cadets. We try to get them to internalize those values, and I'm sure the Navy probably has similar values. All the military branches do, and we try to get them, like I said, to internalize those values. We also try to teach them leadership, things that they can carry outside the classroom, right? We teach them how to plan things, plan events, plan, presenting the colors or whatever they're going to do. We try to get the cadets to lead their organizations and to lead their practices of what they're going to do. So things that they can just, like I said, take outside the classroom and apply to everyday life.
So I know both of your cadets represent the county in a lot of functions and a lot of the parades, football games, carrying the flags. And opportunities to represent the school, but also the branches and the public. You talked about leadership. Talk a little bit about the discipline that that goes into all of that gets them to do it in the right way.
Well, what we try to make them do is honor themselves as well as their community. We teach personal integrity, accountability, and we hold them in our unit especially. We hold them to a little different standard than what high schools mandate for us to do. In our unit especially, the personal accountability piece we teach. We bring it right out of the book. We hammer it into them. You will act a certain way. You will hold yourself a certain way. You will wear that uniform proudly. And if someone else in the school system says, or other students say, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Then tell them proudly why you're doing that. And if you don't have the words, come and see me.
Yeah, learning how to be comfortable being set apart.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
That's definitely something that our students need to practice. Daniel, talk to me about some of the misconceptions that kids may have or parents may have with what we call the 3 E's. You've got employment, enrollment, and then enlistment. Talk about some misconceptions about enlistment.
Yeah, I know one of the biggest misconceptions that's out there is parents think, and not all parents have this fear, but a lot of parents will have the fear of, oh, does this commit my child to the military? And JROTC does not commit the child to the military. As a matter of fact, we do not recruit. We are not a recruiting agency for the military. Now, if I have somebody that comes to me and says, hey, I want to go in the military, and it doesn't matter what branch, and I'm sure he's probably got people that go in his and say, hey, I want to join the Army. I got people, I had one last year went in the Marines, I had another one in the Army. But I will work with that student. I will get with that recruiter if I have to get them the necessary tools and knowledge they need to get into that branch. But we do not push joining the military on our students at all.
You know, Lincoln County, as small as we are, with 4 high schools and have 2 programs of our 4, that's kind of unique to have 50% of our high schools to have a program. Talk about just the uniqueness that these programs afford this community. It's not every school has one of these.
That's right. And in fact, from the Navy's perspective, this is one of the largest areas in the entire country. Just North and South Carolina combined, we have 66 Navy programs across 2 states. Nowhere else in the country do they do that. That's intentional. You know, this is a patriotic part of the country here. The southeastern United States is the place to be. That's why the recruiting districts are here as well. You know, and it is extremely unique. You can look around Lincoln County and you can see multiple programs over in Cleveland County, multiple programs in Gaston County. It is an area, it's an area where kids want to participate in what we have to offer.
Yeah.
You know, they believe in wearing the uniform. You have a preponderance of evidence out there that says the veterans live here too. They move here. They come here when they get out of the service because they want to be around fellow people that believe the same way they do.
Yeah.
That's the reason I came home.
There you go. That's right. All right. So, Daniel, last question is: in today's all the turmoil that's going on in the world, how do you navigate conversations about kids that are nervous about the state of the world today?
Well, I just let them know, hey, you got to trust your leadership, right? And I know that can be hard sometimes with the way, like you said, the world's going. But again, they're not committed, to go into the service, so that would be a decision that they have to make. And that, we try to talk to them like, yes, if you go in, you may put your life on the line, but again, that's a decision that they have to make. And really, I think that's kind of a calling that comes from within a person. I'm sure he can attest to that. Every veteran, I think, can attest to that.
Yeah. When
they go in, there's going to come a point where they realize, all right, is this worth my life? Is this worth doing? Right? Is this a noble cause? And I think it is. I think it is.
Well, definitely. In about a month from now, December 7th, we will all celebrate the opportunity to remember Pearl Harbor attack. I know that's my grandfather fought in the Navy in World War II, and so that's a special time for our family to remember the service that he gave. So definitely appreciate you 2 men and the service that you've given us, that you continue to give Lincoln County and our community and our students, and appreciate the way you lead your programs.
Thanks,
right.
sir.
Thank you.
So a couple more things. Daniel talked about leadership. We have kicked off this week leadership training. It's called Leader in Me. We had training for Lincoln Middle School in Asbury this week, and today we are training West Lincoln High School core staff on this leadership program that not even a program, it's a leadership model that we are looking to roll into all of our Lincoln County schools over the next couple of years. We continue to plug away with that. I'm excited about where this is heading. This week we also had a Board of Education work session on Tuesday. We do not have a board meeting next week. Our board will be out of town at a state conference in Greensboro for their fall school board association meeting, so no school board meeting on Tuesday next week. We also had a mentor coach opportunity meeting this week. One of our strategic plan goals is to improve and increase the number of mentors we have in Lincoln County schools by 25% by 2025. So make sure that if you have a chance to know somebody who wants to plug in, or you want to plug in to being a mentor, contact your school's guidance counselors and they can help plug you in. We also wanted to give a shout out to our football teams that are playing. We had all 4 of our high schools make it out of the first round. They play tonight, or Friday night, tomorrow night. They play all going away. So good luck and safe travels to all of our fans and our teams that represent us. Parents, remember, progress reports go home on Monday, November the 20th, and Thanksgiving break is the 22nd through the 24th. Last but not least, we want to give a shout out to 3 businesses that are supporting the work that we're doing here in Lincoln County Schools. Thanks to MBA Roofing, thanks to Kona Ice out of Newton, and last but not least, Lobster Dogs. Thanks for your support to Lincoln County Schools. Parents, help us to remember what it means to be safe and kind to others in our actions and our words, and help us teach that to your children. Y'all have a great, fantastic Veterans Day weekend. Take care.